Attention passionate Chicago, Bears fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Chicago Bears' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Chicago Bears fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Chicago Bears fans. Let's get to the news now, folks. If you've been paying attention to the latest NFL buzz, you're well aware that the Chicago Bears are once again looking to make strategic moves that could define their future. And the hottest talk on the street right now involves the New York Giants and a potential blockbuster trade that could see Dexter Lawrence, their star defensive tackle, heading to Chicago. This is a move that could reshape the trenches for the Bears and add a serious boost to their interior defensive line, one of the areas they've been targeting to improve all season long. Let's set the stage here. The Giants, sitting at a dismal 2-11 record, are in full rebuild mode. They've got a roster looking ahead, and with the draft coming up, they're considering flipping some of their key pieces to accelerate the process. Dexter Lawrence, a powerhouse on the inside, is attracting a lot of interest. The buzz is that the Giants might be willing to accept a second-round pick in 2026 and defensive tackle Gervon Dexter Sr., who's shown flashes of talent but is still developing. The Giants are also looking at some cap flexibility, around $21 million free, to make this deal work and perhaps bring in a quarterback through the draft. Now, the Bears, sitting comfortably at 8-5, are eyeing the postseason and beyond. They've got a solid interior defensive line, with Andrew Billings playing well, grading at 84. One on PFF with 4-5 sacks, but they need more reinforcement against the run, which has been a concern all year. The run defense allows roughly 140 yards per game, a number they're eager to bring down significantly. When you look at the tape, Dexter Lawrence is exactly the kind of player that can turn that around. He's a beast, a true interior disruptor who's been making plays all season long. His 32 career sacks, over 500 tackles, and a 7-sack season in 2025 showcase what he brings to the table. And let's not forget, he had a standout game in Week 12 against the Eagles, with 12 tackles and 5 sacks, showing his ability to impact both the run and pass. The reasoning behind this potential move makes perfect sense from the Bears' perspective. First, they're looking to bolster their defensive line, especially against the run, which is critical given how the division has shifted towards more balanced and physical offenses. Bringing in Lawrence would be like adding a cornerstone, a player who can anchor the interior and free up other pass rushers like Robert Quinn or DeMarcus Walker to focus on the edges. Plus, it's about adding that elite talent that can elevate the entire defense, creating more pressure on opposing quarterbacks and making life easier for the secondary. From the Giants' side, it's all about cap management and draft picks. They're likely to prioritize building around their young quarterback, and moving a player like Lawrence, who's in his prime and can command attention in the trenches, makes strategic sense. They also want a free cap space, around $16 million, to extend players like Neighbors, a promising wide receiver, and to continue their rebuild with a fresh draft strategy, perhaps focusing on skill positions or more defensive depth. Some skeptics point out that losing an all-pro caliber player like Lawrence might hurt the Giants in the short term, but the long-term plan seems to revolve around acquiring draft capital and cap space to rebuild more comprehensively. Now, looking at the impact this could have on the Bears, it's pretty significant. Adding Dexter Lawrence would give them a true interior force, one that can dominate against the run, reduce opponents' rushing yards by up to 38%, and boost their sack numbers. The stats are convincing. Lawrence is averaging about 2 yards per run allowed, with an EPA, expected points added, per run of -0.12, making him one of the most disruptive interior linemen in the league. His ability to collapse the pocket and stuff runs has been consistently impressive, and with him anchoring the middle, the Bears' run defense could jump from 140 to roughly 87 yards allowed per game, a huge improvement. Plus, Lawrence's presence on the field would open up opportunities for other players. Sweat, who's been solid, could see more one-on-one matchups, and the overall defensive scheme becomes more versatile. His addition would also allow the coaching staff to be more flexible with their game plans, balancing pass rush and run-stop strategies more effectively. It's like adding a cog that makes the entire machine run smoother, and for a team still fighting for a playoff spot, that's exactly what they need. And we shouldn't overlook the broader implications. A player of Lawrence's caliber is a prime X-factor, especially when it comes to the Super Bowl chase. Currently, the odds for Chicago to win the Super Bowl are climbing, with FanDuel listing them at +1,900, up from +4,500 earlier in the season. That's a significant jump, and it reflects the confidence the bookmakers have in this roster's potential, especially if they can add a player like Lawrence. His presence would give the Bears a powerful trench battle advantage, which is often the key to playoff success. Looking back at the recent history, the Bears have been building a formidable defense with young talent like Jaquan Brisker and Dexter, along with their solid linebacker core. But they still need that one game-changing player who can tilt the field in their favor when it matters most. Lawrence, with his proven track record and ability to elevate his teammates, could be that difference-maker. It's reminiscent of the 2015 trade that brought Ndamukong Suh to Miami, an aggressive move that shifted the dynamics of the defense and had ripple effects for years. Now, of course, there are questions and doubts. Can the Giants pull the trigger on this trade? Will the Bears be willing to give up future assets for a player who's in his prime? Is this move sustainable in terms of cap space? All valid questions, but what's clear is that the Bears are actively seeking ways to improve their interior defense as they push towards the playoffs and beyond. They're aware that to compete with the best, especially in the NFC, they need to be dominant up front. In conclusion, this potential trade involving Dexter Lawrence is more than just another offseason rumor. It's a strategic move that could redefine the Bears' trajectory. With Lawrence anchoring the middle, Chicago's defense could become one of the league's most feared units, providing the kind of trench dominance that often translates into deep playoff runs and chances at the Super Bowl. The division is evolving, and this move might be the spark that propels the Bears back into serious championship contention. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Chicago Bears news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. So fans, what do you think? Would you love to see Dexter Lawrence donning the navy and orange? Do you believe this move could be the final piece to take the Bears to the promised land? This is exactly the kind of bold move that can turn the tide, and if it happens, it will be one of the most talked-about trades of the season. The offseason is just heating up, and the Bears are clearly not sitting still. They're looking to make a statement, and adding a player of Lawrence's caliber would definitely do that. Keep your eyes glued to the news because things could happen fast, and when they do, you'll want to be the first to know. And now, Chicago Bears fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Chicago Bears. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Chicago Bears news.